My Geeky Life.
Hi everyone, and welcome to My Geeky Life episode 3. I'm Adam, and this week we've got some eBay buys, mainly singles, cards that I paid probably about the price, the market price for them, but just cards I like. Hopefully they'll appreciate in future. For this type of purchase, I usually I'm looking for the quality of the card, I'm looking for mint or near mint cards. So yeah, in my experience with eBay buys, a lot of people put mint or near mint on their listings on eBay, but they usually come in variable different states. If you do find a buyer that is true to their description, then I usually save them to buy off them again in future, because if you can find a good buyer, they're worth their weight in gold. And so some buyers on eBay will do you a deal where you buy like 5 cards for the price of 4. It's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, I've built these cards over the last month and I cannot remember what I bought, but hopefully something nice in there. I've pre-opened these envelopes. I'm going to turn them over now so there's no addresses showing, and let's see what we got. So just before we start, I thought I'd take a minute to appreciate this very beautiful artwork. I believe this is the artwork for Vendilion Click, which is one of the cards that I'd like to pick up in the future. I believe it was originally part of the Lorwyn block. I could be wrong on that, but because it's fairy theme and stuff like that, which that block is, quite a rare block to get hold of cards on. So, but quite a nice part of Magic history. I think it was very it was a small printing, so the tends to be a bit more expensive to get hold of, like sealed product in that side. So so yeah, these are the cards that I picked up off on eBay over the last month. So I can't quite remember exactly what I bought, but usually it's something for my collection. So it'll be nice artwork or nice old cards. When it comes to leaving feedback on eBay, like I said, with eBay you get, it's a bit of a you don't know what you're going to get. So quality wise, but I usually go for cards that are listed as near mint. If they come in bad condition, I won't leave negative feedback. I probably just won't leave feedback for it. But if they're I've been in the States, so let's see what we got. So I've got no idea what these are. Okay. So this looks like some of the Macadian Mask land cycle, the uncommon land cycle. I think in the last video we saw some of the common land cycles. So this one is Rushwood Grove. Put a storage counter on Rushwood Grove. Remove any number of storage counters, add 1 green mana to your mana pool for each storage counter. So it's not the best, not the strongest. It's probably a little bit weaker than the actual common land cycle, because unless you can do quite a few turns to get them out. But with all my cards that for my collection, I always sleeve them. So, and anything over £10 will go in a hard sleeve. So let's see what we've got. Subterranean Hangar. This is this is the swamp version, is it? yeah, this is the black for getting the black mana, but the artwork is amazing, like the little Weatherlight ships in there, you know, getting ready to go out for a sortie. So I think I've got a play, it looks like I've got a play set of these, or the gentleman gave me more than I asked for, so that's always nice. You do tend to get, you know, some people do give you like freebies in these things to try and get much better feedback, but I tend to leave good feedback anyway, only when the cards aren't very what they're like as the description. I will probably just withhold on feedback, and I've only had a couple of lots that I've had to actually send back to the buyer. This is the blue version, Rebecca Guy artwork, Spars and Cove, beautiful. What's his name? Alfonso Muca, was it? Inspired artwork, a bit like the Quentin Hoover artwork as well. So this is an alliance, so I'm picking up some lands at the moment because I really like to collect the lands from the different sets. Some of them aren't too expensive, they're not that strong. Add 1 mana to a mana call, 2 add 1 mana of any colour, so that's quite handy. You can, you know, get out, you know, it's expensive to get an extra mana, but if you have this in your opening hand and you're a bit mana tied on one colour, then, you know, this is an Alliances card, School of the Unseen. Nice piece of old school artwork. And we've got a couple more Spars and Coves, so chuck those in some sleeves. I don't think they're worth too much, those ones. So if anything's worth over a pound or $1, I'll put it up on the screen, but I won't put the chime in because it's not really a win if you're buying it for the cost price mostly. So this looks like it's from the same seller because it's got the same blue sleeves on the back. I wonder if it's more of the land cycle. Woebearer. This one's a Mirrodin block card. Whenever Woebearer deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I'm wondering if this is a card, if I actually asked for this card or he put this in as a free card to protect the card I bought, but I love the Mirrodin set. It's one of the first sets that I was played when I was younger, so let's have a look what we've got. Oh, here we go, a couple of rares. Sorry, I'm having the same problem with getting my camera to focus today. Morality Shift, let's sleeve it first and have a look at it. So sometimes I pick up some bulk rares because I think in the future, like, bulk rares will be worth some money because, you know, they will be rarer. But usually, I think I just picked this card up because I like the artwork of them, the guys. Let's have a look. This guy here is drawing some sort of weird animals on his books. The other guy, well, he's drawing something more artistic. So exchange your graveyard and library, and then shuffle your library. So it's quite expensive, but it's kind of something you want to do late in the game anyway. So artwork there by Jerry Tiritilli, very nice. Judgment, that's an old Judgment card. And then we've got Words of Waste. I think this card actually might be worth some money. just the same on the. I must have been on the same theme here with like the books and the people scribing. So 1. Next time you would draw a card this turn, each opponent discards a card from his hand. So yeah, that's quite actually good for control, getting people to get rid of their cards. So I'm sure this card is probably worth a little bit. And yeah, it does look like these cards were put in as, you know, safety cards to protect the cards in the middle. So this is, you know, I'll probably be leaving very good feedback. Those cards, the surface very good, and obviously he's done a good job of packaging them, and you know, for safe transit. So yeah, definitely good enough quality to go in the collection. So yeah, and a couple of free cards in there for the boot, maybe for a zombie deck. Okay, number 3. Let's have a look what we've got. This card looks a little bit more worn around the edges. Oh, okay. Okay. Not the best, not in the best state, this one. This is Lycanthrope. I don't know why I'm buying this card, but it is the reserves list card. The reserve list is a set of cards that Magic in the old days decided they will never print again. So they're quite rare. You know, they haven't been reprinted in the future sets. And this is a cheap card from that set. This card is actually quite battered. I can't remember what the original listing said. If it said mint, I probably wouldn't leave feedback on it, because this is definitely light play. But yeah, I don't think I paid too much for it, and it's usually about $1 or £1, this card. So, but yeah, I've already got a mintish copy of this card, so not too much of a loss. Some weird protection stuff, but yeah, yeah, not sure what the original listing said, but we'll see, and our feedback will be based on that. Okay. What have we got in here? Need the scissors for this one. Just be very careful opening these, because you don't want to cut through any cards. Let's have a look. Okay. These look like some Ursa's Destiny or Legacy. I'm going to go Legacy. Ursa's Saga was the cogs. Destiny and Legacy. I can't remember what the Legacy symbol was. But it's definitely one of those Ursa's blocks. Keldon Champion. Playset. Echo and Haste, so it comes, you can attack with it straight away. When Keldon Champion comes into play, it deals 3 damage to target player. So it's a card that has can get some quick damage in, to be honest. The card itself, the state of this one is not too bad, not amazing, but that's okay. Let's have a look at all of these. What you're looking for is on the surface for scratches. You need a light to look at it in the light and see what sort of scratches they've got. You know, sometimes they've got marks. They're not too bad. I would say probably, well, mint minus, you know, not mint. You can see around the corner, around the edges of this one's got scratches, so that's definitely light play for me. People's definitions of what is light play, what is mint, is very different, but mine, for me to call something mint is it has to be pretty much perfect. This one's got some scratches on the back, you can probably see, but I don't think they're a especially expensive card. I don't know why I bought it. Must have just appealed to me and would be definitely do good in a damage in an aggro deck. So that's probably where they might end up. Depending. Oh my god. Yeah, this is one I didn't remember that I bought, but this must be something I paid a fair amount of money for. It's an Onslaught land. It's a fetch land from the Onslaught block. So with things like this, I am looking very closely at condition. I believe it looked very good on the pictures. Oh, focus. There is some chipping on the corners. The surface is perfect. The back is perfect. There's just one chip up here and up here, but apart from that, it's in a very good state. So yeah, this is probably going to be £50 or $50. It's annoying to have those chips there, but still in a pretty damn good state for its age. So this one will be going into a hard case. Some people like to turn them upside down on that side or double sleeve them. I just let gravity do that job for me, and I don't shake them around too much. I put them into a box. So yeah, and if I have to get the card out again, I'm very careful about how I fish it out of here so that it doesn't do any further damage to the card. But yeah, quite nice. I think this is my first fetch land from the Onslaught block, so nice copy. Definitely happy with that. That's good that'll be good feedback. Oh, here we go. So, one thing I do collect is old foils. Doesn't have to be rare, they don't have to be expensive, just good stuff, something I like the artwork on. This one kind of appealed to me. It was like, let's get it out and have a look. This guy is very nicely packaged this for us. And this guy is, yeah, this is very impressive packaging. So I'll probably add them as my favourites of that buyer. And just have to have a look at the card first. But you can see what he's done here is, some people will put a piece of sellotape over here and the card will move forward in transit, and then they'll get stuck to the sellotape and then you can damage the card. But this guy has very nicely put a piece of paper and a piece of masking tape, so if it does go up, but it does look like he's double sleeved it as well, so it shouldn't have much chance of that happening. Let's have a look what we got. There seems to be a knack to getting these out of these hard cases. Looks good so far. So this one's called Misstep. I really liked the artwork on this one. The guy who's running away, and the two fishmen that have pulled a thing out to take his feet out. It's from, I think it's a common from Macadian Moss, creature target player control. Creatures target players control do not untap in that person's untap step. And it's only a 2 cost, so like I don't think this card as non-foil is that expensive, but it's quite a useful card. Although it has to be played in your turn, so yeah, I just like the artwork. Let's see if we can get into this one. So this one's a side loader. So with these cards, you want to be quite careful with touching the foil part, so you don't want it messed up. But actually, if we look at, let's go back a bit. If we look at the surface, this is in perfect, this is almost pack fresh condition. A few little marks, on the back, but not, this is definitely near mint. And what I usually do is I'll, whatever sleeve they send it in, I'll usually transfer it to my fresh sleeve, just, you know, for my own peace of mind. And I'll probably just chuck this back into the hard case that he's put it in. That's beautiful. Very happy with that one. Right, I didn't think this video was going to take 20 minutes, but maybe if I set it up properly before. And you've got a couple more to go. This one is very well guarded. Let's put another piece of sellotape in there. Okay. Try not to do any damage to the cards for taking it out. Got some advertisement. Let's have a look then. No idea what this is. Some people go a little bit too far with their packaging, but you know, better that it gets there in undamaged than gets there damaged. So let's have a look what we've got in here. This looks like a placeholder card. Oh, another foil, 2 placeholder cards, and a Yawgmoth's Edict from 7th edition foil. A lot of people collect these 7th edition foils. It's not in the perfect condition, and I'll show you why. If you look up here, wait for it, a second. If you look at the top, there's this sort of like a fogging at the top of the card. Difficult to see, but you get this a lot with these old foils, where the oil has caused the foil to fog up the card a bit. It's not terrible condition. There's a bit of raising of the border edge at the bottom of this card. I just don't know if I get it to show you that. There you go. So that corner's come up, but that's not too bad. It's not a chip. The back is fine. It's not going to be mint in my opinion, but it's actually quite a nice card in general. And this, I don't know why, but all these buys I did is all to do with books today. So there's a nice Phyrexian symbol on this artwork by Deontay Giancola. Whenever opponent plays a white spell, that opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So not massively strong, but Nice card all the same, and these 7th edition foils tend to be quite collectible. Not in a perfect condition though, but definitely one for the collection. Right, so I might have to do this video in 2 parts. Oh yes. So here's an Ursa Saga rare. If I can get it out. Lotus Blossom. Anything with Lotus on, people seem to like because of the Black Lotus. This is probably one of the weaker cards, but the artwork is beautiful. And you know, anything Ursa Saga and rare is going to be valuable in the long term, because you know, such a underprinted set. During your upkeep you may put a petal counter on Lotus Blossom, sacrifice Lotus Blossom, add X mana of any of one colour to your mana pool, where X is the number of petal counters on Lotus Blossom. So yeah, it's going to take you a long time to get the mana out of that one. There's a little bit of wear on that corner, but in general there's a little chip there and on the side, but not too bad at all. I'd rather it be on the back than on the front. Yeah, another beautiful card for the collection. So probably going to cut the video here and come back for this next one, because this is more of a random lot that I bought. So yeah, see you in a bit. So just before we go to the next video, just wanted to do some highlights of the eBay buys. So we had the Bloodstained Mire. I did pay through the teeth for this one, but they are quite expensive. We had the foil Misstep and the Yawgmoth's Edict from 7th edition foil, and I think my personal favourite, we had the Lotus Bloom, and I think that actually my personal favourite is this piece of artwork by Rebecca Guy for the Spartan Cove. I really like this card, but yeah, out of all of them, probably the least valuable one, but you know, that's what it is to be a collector. So on to the next one.